My life before high school. Before high school, I attended Discovery and Primary Charter School. I've been at the Tracy Learning Center since fourth grade. Before that, I went to West Valley Christian Academy from the time I was in kindergarten to the time I was in fourth grade. During that whole time from when I was in kindergarten to when I started high school, I did MMA, wrestling, grappling for 8 years, and that started when I was 5 or 6, and it ended when I was 14 or 15. I also played competitive soccer for Tracy Football League for 4 years, and that was from when I was 10 to when I was 14. And I honestly can't say I've had any significant experiences or I experienced something significant in those few years before high school. Last year, I took a class called Career Ed, and not too many memorable things happened last year that I can specifically remember. But I just remember that the class was really fun, and Mr. Woods always made the work tolerable, but he did give us a lot of work. I think my favorite project was the lifestyle project that really just like gave me an insight on how expensive my lifestyle is and what type of career I'm going to have to go for and able to afford my lifestyle. Another fun thing that we did was we had an etiquette class with Miss Tina, and Miss Tina taught us how to present ourselves respectfully and professionally. She taught us how to set tables, how to do a proper handshake, and overall, Career was just a great class that taught me a lot of skills, personal skills, professional skills that I can use finishing high school, outside of high school, and in my future. Mock interview do's and don'ts. When you're going into your mock interview, you should make sure that you're dressed professionally. Whether you're going to be business casual or dressed in a tuxedo for the men, dressed in a dress for ladies, just make sure that you look presentable so that the interview has a good first impression of you. While you're going into the interview, you should have a typed out resume with all of your accomplishments and good job quality characteristics on there so that the person interviewing you can look at this as a reference while they interview you. Attached to your resume should also be a cover letter, maybe even a letter of recommendation, and of course, at least three references attached. Things that you shouldn't do in an interview. You probably shouldn't talk too fast just so that the interviewer can understand and fully obtain all of the information that you're saying. You should also make sure that your breath smells nice and that you don't smell bad. Make sure you put deodorant on, because if you smell bad or put too much perfume on or have anything that's distracting the interviewer, they're not going to be paying attention to what you're saying or on the actual interview itself. They're going to be paying attention to if your breath stinks or if you're dressed inappropriately. Overall, you just have to be yourself during an interview, and if the person likes you, they'll hire you. What type of management skills did I use last year to get all of my projects done? Let's be honest, I'm doing this SWO the night before, so I don't have very good management skills, and I don't manage my time very wisely. I am a procrastinator 100%, but somehow I usually get all my work done. I would recommend splitting the project into pieces and doing certain parts on different days before it's due so that the workload doesn't pile up on you the night before or the few days before a project. Also, if it's a group project, I would recommend doing the divide and conquer type of thing where you split up the work to everybody individually. Once everybody has their parts done, you put it together and finalize the project. Those are the only type of management skills I could think that would help. I just really don't procrastinate because it just stresses you out and it's not fun. Fast track memories and suggestions. I took world history and U.S. history and English 4 on my 3 years of fast track that I took at Millennium High School. Each class was very fast paced, which I was okay with because I'm a fast learner, but I just don't like how it would be 4 constant hours of notes and then sometimes we would have a quiz the next day. I understand it's supposed to be fast paced, but like that's just cramming information in our heads, and of course some people are going to do good, but for me it takes me a while to fully understand something, and so being tested on it the next day I don't think was a fair thing. Um, Overall, my fast track experience was not bad. Always liked the classes, especially because we would get out at 12:30. I also think fast track is a very good thing because as a senior, I'm getting out at 11 every day, and I wouldn't be able to do that without taking my fast track classes.